So today, what we're going to do within the next 1 hour that we're here together, we're going to be talking about price action, but I'm going to break it down into three pieces. Okay. Piece number one, we're going to talk about what is this game all about? Okay, you're entering this world of trading. For those of you guys who are extremely new, some of you guys who are in the industry for some time but are having struggling with performance on making a consistent profits from it, we're going to talk about what the industry is about because that's what's a little bit flawed for many people. Over and over again, I see this as the main problem. Next, we're going to talk about how do you position yourself. Now that you understand what needs to be done, how do you do it? And then the third and most important thing is, now that you know what needs to be done, can it be done faster, easier, and smoother, over and over and over again? How much of this can be automated? So we're going to be talking about all these three things. So let's start from the beginning. Are you guys ready? Okay. Now, a few things what we're going to do to interact, so just so I know you know. If you write the word confuse, I will explain that same matter in a different way. So it helps you understand. If you put the fire icon, then I know you really got it, okay? If you put thumbs up, that means you're good, okay? But fire for me is like perfect, that hit the spot. Thumbs up means I'm good, let's keep going. Confused means I need a real explanation of that one more time, please. Yeah? So we're gonna keep going, we'll just keep it simple. All right, okay? And every now and then throw in a heart if you want to, just to show support, okay? If you really like what we do, throw in a heart for us, okay? Like, subscribe, all of that stuff as well. Let's get going. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna start from the top. What is this game that you've just got yourself into? Okay, you've been hearing about trading, you've been hearing about Forex, and you're like, I know what Forex is. It's short for foreign exchange. It means I'm changing one currency to the next. When I travel, I have to exchange my dollars to something else, right? So you know of it, you know something about it, but now it's where does my role fit in to make money? And why in the world would anyone pay me to open up my laptop, look at some charts, click on a button? Why should I get paid for that? Because the next guy is doing the same thing, and the next guy is doing the same thing, and the next guy is doing the same thing. So why should I get paid, or he get paid, or he get paid, or he get paid? What's the purpose of it? Right? This should first be center attention for you. Otherwise, you're just gambling. So first thing first is, how can you get paid, and is there consistency in that logic? If there's no consistency, you might as well take your money and go to a casino and have fun at least, right? Instead of staying here and just banging your head with the, I'm looking for a strategy, and getting nowhere. Okay? So shall we dive deeper? Yeah? Shall we begin? All right. So we have 50 minutes on the clock. Let's get started. Okay. Many of you guys have seen some of my webinars. If you haven't, I highly recommend after this webinar, probably go back, especially if you're watching this on a recording, everything will be broken down into chapters. I highly recommend you watch the entire webinar, as I generally like to connect everything all together. Of course, you can skip forward into the chapters into the future, but I promise you, it won't give you the full edge that you need. So please be careful with that. But the choice is yours. You have controls below the video to fast forward, rewind, whatever you want to do. Okay? All right, now, so let's start with this. So the other thing I wanted to say is the 2024 webinars, if you're new, I would consume as much of our 2024 webinars as much as you can. That's highly recommended. If you guys are also interested, I might be able to show you guys a trade that I have running right now for today, as well as I do that in many of my webinars. If you guys are interested in that, and if you have time for that, I'll show you guys a live trade running for approximately 5 figures, maybe even 6 figures while we're in the webinar together. Okay, so I'll share that with you guys as well. Okay, now let's go into what's this industry all about. Okay, I want to talk to you personally first and get one thing straight. Okay, we need to go one thing clear first. Okay, your time is valuable. I already told you that in the beginning of this webinar. You attending a webinar, you need to respect yourself and your time. Second thing about that is to do that, you should not get yourself involved in anything that you cannot understand fully. Okay, you got to understand it fully first. Okay, knowledge is power, right? As what they say. So what I'm about to tell you is basically a full-fledged circle that is going to open up your mind, that you will be able to look at a strategy and say, that's going to work. That's not going to work. You're not supposed to trade right now. That's not going to work. That's going to work. And I can show you all of this in 50 minutes on how to do this thing. Okay? All right. So first things first, trading. Okay? I love talking about this thing because everybody has this conception of, I understand what is trading. It's supply and demand. It's I buy, you sell. How does that apply to the market though? How does that apply to the chart though? How does that apply to anything? Okay, so first things first. Today specifically, for all of you guys in the chat, today, did you buy something today? If you bought something today, can you write down what you bought? Okay, can you write down in the chat, what did you buy? And I want all of you guys to focus on the chat right now. I'll also say it out loud in case you're watching the recording and you don't have the chat. But I want you to see what type of things are people buying on a daily basis. Some people saying pound Swiss franc, laptop, chewing gum, Banku, cake, dog food, bread, lunch. Okay, let's go into dog food. How about that? Okay, so let's say you have to buy dog food, right? Now, certain companies make dog food. Now, in our mind, a transaction is simple. I want dog food, so I go to the store, I pay the money, I get the dog food, transaction complete. Okay, what if you want dog food tomorrow? Well, then you go to the store, you pay the money, you take the dog food, transaction complete. It's as simple as that. But why is this so crazy in the market? Why is it so difficult to make money out of this concept of trading, which means I give you cash and in return I take this back? That trade is now complete. How do you make money out of that thing? So this is what happens. Okay, so first things first, let's do it like this. I'll open up the whiteboard, and then from the whiteboard we'll move into the other areas, yeah? Okay. Here we go. Okie dokie. All right. Let me know when you guys can see this circle that I just drew on my screen. So I know you guys can see it, and we will get started immediately. Okay, good. Okay, so now that you guys can see this whiteboard, a couple of things I want to, right now we're talking about dog food. We can change this word to Euro USD or anything you want, okay? It's just a product. That's all you're doing. You're buying a product. Now the dog food, let's say, costs you $20. Okay, the dog food costs you $20. That price is fixed. This is why you don't have any feeling of supply and demand. You go to the store, you want the dog food that you like, you pay your $20 and you get it. Now, let's bring a new concept in this. Okay, shortage. Okay, shortage. There's a shortage in the market. The company that makes dog food is about to file bankruptcy. Your dog, unfortunately, is a prince or a princess, and only it eats this brand, okay, which is cool, right? And you want to get your dog this brand, but the store you go to buy this says, sorry, buddy, I don't have. Sorry, buddy, I don't have. You go to your neighbor who also buys this food, and he has 10 boxes or 10, I don't know, dog bags of dog food in his house. He has 10 of those. He bought them for $20 and he says, I'm not giving it to you for $20. I have some friends who also want it. You also want it. Everybody wants it. I'm now selling it for $40. Okay? I'm selling it for $40. Okay, those of you guys who are like, what does this have to do with charts? Stick with me. You don't understand this, you will never get trading. This is the golden key. Not the dog food, obviously, but understanding this logic is the golden key. During this shortage, 10 pieces one person has, and he says, I'm going to charge $40. Another person calls up and says, you know what? Don't give John 10 pieces for $40. I will buy everything from you for $90. Give it to me. The next guy says, I will buy all of it from you for $300. Give it to me. Now, what's happening is the items are not moving. The items are not sold yet. They're not sold, but the price is going upwards. This right now is the single most important piece of your career that you need to understand. The transaction is not taking place. You know that part where you pay the money, you got the product, transaction complete. The transaction is not complete here. People cannot get their hands on it, but people are bidding the price up. I want it, I want it, I want it. Can I have it, please? Can I have it, please? That's making the price go up, 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 and up. Now, let's take a step back. Let's go back into your trader mindset. For you as a trader, if you hit the buy, the only way you're ever going to make some money from this market is if the price goes up, right? Do you make money when the market goes sideways? No. Whether you're a buyer or seller, you're not going to make money when it goes sideways. You can only make money if the market moves. But why does it move? Have you ever thought about that? Why does it move? Why should it move? If you can pinpoint why it should move, then you can make money out of this market. So far, so good? Is everyone with me? Fire or confused? Or thumbs up? Let me know. Okay? All right. Okay, as you guys type that in, I want you to start focusing in this way, and I'll take you to a chart. Okay, I'm going to take you to a chart with this knowledge, and then from that moment, we're going to start talking about this in a different way. So the first part is, do you understand what the game is all about? Okay, do you understand what the game is all about? Okay, I see tons of fires, hearts, rockets, all kinds of stuff coming up of play. Okay, so that means you're with me. So far, so good. Now, when there is a massive demand like this, prices are just going up, 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 and up. You have to understand one thing is the people here didn't get what they want. Okay, I'm going to say this in capital letters, did not get what they wanted. So the misconception that people think is if price is going up, they say, oh, the buyers are buying it up. They're not buying it up. They can't get it. They're offering a higher price, but they're not getting it. Make sense? That one sentence should make you understand, okay, that's why the price is going up. Not because there's some big guy hitting the buy orders over and over again. Not like that. Okay, it's not like that. People don't buy. If you buy 10 dog bags, does the price go up? No, you can't make the price go up by buying a lot of it. You can only make the price go up if there is a shortage. Then people fight for it. That's different. That's the one way price goes up. Which means if the price is going up, there are people who did not get the item. Okay, whew. Let that sink in. Next step. You. Okay? Okay, this is you. Let's make you cool. I'm gonna give you a nice cool hat. Backwards. Yeah. Because you're cool like that, okay? All right, that's you. Now you're looking at this situation and saying, interesting. There's a lot of people who did not get this item. They must be desperate. How do you know that they're desperate? Two things. You're looking at this and you're saying, what's the speed of it? What's the speed of it? And how long did it take? How long did it take? So if I ask you guys, if the price is $10 and it took 10 days to become $11, is that a big demand? Are they desperate? Are they like, oh my God, I want this so badly? Does that sound desperate to you? No, it doesn't. It's not desperate enough. But if they were at $10, something happened in the market, whether it's a news event, it's war, it's interest rates, it's this, is that, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. Something happens in the market, and within 7 to 8 minutes, the price went to $17. Would you say there's a lot of people who want this for whatsoever reason, but they didn't get it? That needs to go in. That needs to go in, and you, with your hat, needs to be like, whoa, did you see that? There must be a lot of demand there. Let me help these people. Let me help these people. If I can get my hands on some of these items, 17 I will not pay. But if I can get my hands on 14, $13, then I know these guys will pay me for it. So when the price starts to go to 15, I can sell it to them. I can sell it back to them and saying, I bought it at 13. Will you give me 15 for it? I'll sell it to you. You're not selling things to people that don't want to buy. So if you say, I came home from work today and I want to trade, so I will click the buy button and money needs to pop out. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen that way. There must be a buyer that tells you, I want to buy. Then you say, okay, understood. And you arrange for it. And then you sell it back to them for a premium. And that is why you get paid. That is why you get paid. You don't get paid to just open your laptop, click buttons, and do nothing. Nobody gets paid like that. Nobody. Okay? That's not how money works. Money works is an exchange of a service or a product. It doesn't work in exchange for a line that you draw on your chart, which you call a trend line or Fibonacci or Fibonacci. You got to provide something. So you got to provide that service. Make sense? Fire? Thumbs up? Confused? Let me know. So we can go deeper. We can go deeper and we can move on to the next piece. Okay. Good. Looks like it's going in. You guys are starting to understand this. Perfect. What I'm going to do now is, what does all this information that we just talked about, how the industry works, what does it mean for you? And how do you take advantage of this to make money? Because at the end of the day, all this, like everything else you've ever learned, is pure knowledge. What good is knowledge if you cannot take action upon it? So how do we take this knowledge and bring it to a chart and be like, so what should I do with this information? Because that's important. Let's talk about that. Okay, this is our 15-year anniversary, so let's get into some of the actionable things together. Rather than giving you just this theory, let's give you some practical. Good? Shall we move on to the charts? Okay, let's move on to the charts. Perfect. Here we go. Let me open up the charts. Okay. What I'm going to do at the same time, I'm going to show you guys screen, desktop. Here we go. Okay, is my screen visible? Let me also see the chat so I can see what you guys are saying. Oh, come on. Okay. Okay, I can see the chat as well now. I'll move this to one screen. Perfect. Okay, and I'll make the chart bigger. And I wanted to also simultaneously show you, are you guys able to see my phone? Is my phone visible? Yeah? Steve, you're saying your kid just enrolled in 2.0? Great, great, fantastic, fantastic. Yeah, start them young. If there's any questions, obviously ask us. Ask us, we're always here to help. Okay, James is saying your beard is getting fresh every day. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I try. I try. I'm new to the beard game, so excuse me if it's I'm trying. I'm trying. Okay. All right. So sorry. Let me so you guys can see my phone. I wanted to show you guys my charts here. Let me just log in here to the account. And this is the one I wanted to show you guys. Okay. So this is a trade running right now. It's currently running for $78,000. Okay, $78,000. I'm in it for 660 standard lots. My average price is 50. Okay, yeah, $78,000 more or less. And I'm expecting this thing to go up to maybe $300,000 to $500,000 within the next week or so. Okay, now, do I have your attention, for God's sake? Okay, good, good, good. And then we'll go into all of this question and answers, and we'll talk about what is it that you need to do, how do you do it, and then how do you do it faster, better, again, faster, better, again, faster, better, again. Okay, we're just going to do that over and over and over again. So, if you need practice with what I'm saying, I'm telling you, all the 2024 webinars of Urban Forex of this year, you don't like, if you have a budget, go buy our courses and just go straight to the point. But if budget is an issue and affordability is an issue, consume everything we have on YouTube, at least for the year 2024. It's all there. It's all over the place, but you'll get a lot of practice, a lot of practice. So take a lot of notes. Understand everything. Okay, understand everything. Like I said, but if there is a budget, you can go straight to urbanforex.com and then, go straight into the stuff, which is small 5 to 10 minute videos, consume straight to the point and, get moving. Okay, so let's talk about charts now and how do we look at information about the supply and demand that we just talked about that dog food stuff that we were saying, right? So let me open up, let's say, this chart on a higher time frame, for example. Let me open it up here. Let me bring it to you here on the daily. We're going to flip it upside down now. Earlier, we were talking about buying, right? Now, for buying, you understand when there's a shortage, what to do. What about in reverse? What about in reverse? What happens when there is too much of a certain item? When there's too much of it, you have to think of the sell side as the store. When the store has too much stock, what do they do? Such as Black Friday, when they have too much stock, what do? They got to get rid of it, right? Like,
it's 9:30.
In the States, they have these, things that they do towards the end of the year called Black Friday, where everyone tries to get rid of their junk of the year as cheaply as possible, right? All the stock that's just sitting and rotting, they want to get it out as quickly as possible, right? Before the close of the year, and they have to close their books. So in that sense is when there's too much of something, they got to get rid of it. Okay. Now think of it this way. Ready? When people look at a chart like this, a normal mechanical thinking way person looks at a chart like this and it's like, oh, the sellers are selling it. And I need to look for support, so I can buy off of support. The sellers are selling it, I need to look for support and buy off of support. The sellers are selling it, I need to look for a Fibonacci level so I can buy off of that. Sellers are selling it, I need to see where my trend line breaks so I can buy off the test of that. Sellers are selling it, Bollinger Band. Sellers are selling it, this and that. Wait, calm down. Calm down, Charlie. Okay, now let's understand this properly. First, why? Okay, I don't want you to answer to me in fundamentals. Never answer these questions with fundamentals. Answer it simply with, this is your focus right here. This is your focus, which means your focus is price. How much was it and how much is it now? Okay, so I said, forget about this. Let's call that dog food again. And we'll use the same chart. And we'll just assume this is dog food, which is costing $6, then $5.80, then $5.40, right? It's the price ladder that you can see. How much is it? Got it. Why does a store give a discount from here to here? How fast, remember, how fast and how far? How fast does it go down and how far does it go down? So let's talk about the first move. Okay? Okay, I want you to focus on every word that's coming out of my mouth very carefully over the next 30 minutes. I don't want you to miss anything. All cell phones need to be turned off, notifications turned off, dog needs to be sent outside with the spouses and the kids. I need you to focus. Lock the door. Don't throw away the key. Keep your key nearby. Okay, I don't want you to get stuck because of this. All right, now focus, focus. How fast and how far? So if price went from, let's say, whatever this price is, and then it dropped to this price, can you guys tell me, is that fast or is that slow when it dropped down? So the answer is it's fast. So why is it fast? It's fast because we're always trying to do relative. Okay, that's what relative means. You want to compare it to what it normally does. What it normally does. Not what you think is fast or not. What you think doesn't matter. It's what it normally does. It normally moves in this fashion. So suddenly when it moves like that, we're like, ooh, amazing. That means the store is dumping the product. So the store is giving away dog food cheaper and cheaper very quickly. When the store gives things so quickly, it's looking for a buyer and it cannot find it. Can you tell me if there was buyers showing up and how desperate were the buyers when they showed up? How desperate were the buyers when they got offered a wonderful discount? Buyers didn't seem interested at all. Furthermore, ready? How much discount, how fast, and how far did they go from there? Looking for that buyer. Was it more than before or less than before? Was it more than before or less than before? Okay, more, right? They're a lot more faster. Okay, now, this question is for all of you guys in the chat right now. Based on everything that you just understood, that they're dumping it, they cannot find a buyer, and I do this. Bro, you got a nice SNR. Bro, this is a 50% Fibonacci, Nibonacci, Kibonacci, Libonacci retracement. Should you buy because you're a trader? Because the price touched a line that you drew in the sky. Should you buy it? Good. I didn't need to teach you any technical analysis in 35 minutes of the webinar to make you say, that's so stupid. That is literally stupid to do that. That makes no sense. So far, so good? Yes, fire, thumbs up, confused. I didn't have to share this answer with you. I pulled it out of you, the answer, because you know how to do this. You're just looking at it in the wrong way. But you know how to do this. Good. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. You're on a roll now. Let's keep going. Good, good, good. Happy to hear. Happy to hear. Okay. Furthermore, next piece down. The store further aggressively sells it. From here to here, looking for a buyer. Is that faster than before or slower than before? And how long did it take? It seems to be faster, which means don't buy it. Don't buy it. Here, when you look at it in hindsight, in the future, people would look at this and say, oh, you didn't buy that? You didn't get this Instagram price? You didn't get this YouTube short show-off price? You didn't get this Miss Universe price? You didn't get this look at me, my ego is so big price? You didn't get this sniper Block 42, all that stuff they call it. You didn't get that price? Oh, yo, what? You must be a loser. You got to let that go. You got to let that go. Being right and doing this well is far superior than trying to look beautiful by catching a price at the bottom. Let go of catching the price at the bottom. You're not in a fashion show. Okay? You're trying to do the right thing, to make money, to feed the family, to do whatever it takes to live the life you want to live. And that requires you to get away from the fashion show. Move away from the fashion show. Okay? So promise me, as I proceed right now, promise me in the chat, no more fashion show. No more fashion show. Type that in the chat. I want to know you're taking this seriously. As funny or as joking as we're calling it, it's a serious issue for a lot of people. They want to catch the best price just so they can tell their friends, look at the price I got. So? Okay. Now, good. No more fashion show. Here we go. Excellent. Here we go. So, the store was giving this massive discount from here to here. Bam, 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 bam. Even more than before. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a buyer shows up. A buyer shows up. How aggressive and how fast was that buyer? How aggressive and how fast was that buyer? Compare it to what just happened. Compare it to what just happened. That's pretty fast, right? The store owner's dreams came true. He was looking for a buyer showed up. He was looking for a buyer showed up. But how much did the buyer show up? Did he show up all the way to here or here? Or did he show up most of it? He showed up most of it. If you are the store giving away discounts, suddenly you see people willing to buy and they're willing to pay more. Are you going to give a discount again? Are you going to give a discount again? Would you, as a store, give that discount again? You would say no. If he's willing to buy, why should I give a discount again? This portion is called testing the waters. What they're doing is they're saying, I want to see if the buyer is still here, because what the store is doing now, the store is saying, no more deal, buddy. No more discount for you. And the buyer is saying, yeah, but it's too expensive. I can't pay that much. It's too expensive. For you guys as a trader, do you have a resolution? Is the store going to win or is the buyer going to win? Do you have a resolution? Do you have a resolution? No, you don't have a resolution. You take a position there, you're gambling. There's no resolution. You don't know. You don't know if the buyer is going to say, you know what, I quit. I don't want this anymore. Or, and the store is saying, I'm not giving you a deal, buddy. I don't care what you do. I'm not giving you a discount. The only thing left to do is for the buyers who are there is to step up and saying, fine, I'll pay these damn prices, okay? Fine, I'll pay that price. That price movement there is what people in technical analysis language refer to as the first higher low. You know, the uptrend language is higher high, higher low. And people say you should buy the first higher low or the first this and that. Yeah, you should do all kinds of stuff. What does it mean? Now you know what it means. It's not a myth to you, or it's not just a rule you have to follow. Now it goes in. It makes sense. Ah, that's why that design is made that way. And that's why technical analysis books are written that way. This is the core. It's the way it's behaving is what builds the core that gives technical analysis the substance to write 500-page books about it. No need those 500-page books. Get to the core, understand what is happening. Otherwise, you'll just be memorizing stuff all day long. Okay? Now, moving it forward. Prices drop here. From the negotiation, the discounts start. Can you tell me, when the discounts came in, how much of a discount and how quickly did they give it? How much of a discount and how quickly did they give it? So they gave a discount, but it looked like it was wavy, right? Fast though, but it looked like it was wavy. When that happened, did the buyer buy it? The first time the buyer bought it, did he buy a lot? No. But the next time he bought it fast, and he bought it very far, but not all the way to the top. He bought it fast and very far. So now, if you're the store that just said, fine, I'll give you more discount, and the store, someone bought it at this price, that means he's here. He's here. He's buying it. What would you do then if you are the store? What would you do then? Would you give more discount? Or would you test the waters and say, you know what? Let's slowly pull away and give less and less discount. What would you do? Would you pull away? And that's what they did. They pulled away from giving further deals, and then the buyer steps up at that price. The buyer steps up at that price. So far, so good? Making sense? In all of this thing, I'm going to show you one thing. I'm going to do this, okay? Ready? I draw a dot here. Oh, sorry, not this one. I have to click on this one. I draw the starting point here, and I drag it up to this price here on the top, and I drag it out. Look at that. That's a 50% retracement. That's why the buy happened there. You tell me, is that why the buy happened? Can you guess at that moment? At that moment, were you sure the buy is going to happen just because it's at a mathematical, astronomical tarot card reading number? That's not how buying and selling works. Okay? Yes, there is a mathematical sequence for the world in nature, but buying and selling has a rhythm to it. Right? If you are kind, I am kind, but if you misbehave, it's going to be hard for me to be kind. We respond accordingly, right? So it's the same in the market. You respond accordingly, you adjust. You don't always just do it one way, every way, all the way. No, you gotta adjust. You gotta adjust. So let me remove this colorful thing. We'll leave that for the gay parade. Okay, now we move forward. Do you understand why I bought? Why I became aggressive around these areas? In this entire area from here to here, I've made over $1 million already. And I'm still going for the buys because even though it's ranging, I still see a buy in this thing aggressively. That buy that we were just looking at, let's open it up. I'll show it to you again. Let's see where we are. Not that. File, screen. Where is it? Here we go. Sorry, it's me again. And here, iPhone. The screen should be visible. There we go. Let's go back to the broker. Let's have a look. And here we are, 6 figures, right? You can see down here, $102,000 and running. $102,000 running. I do see still more money to be made on this thing. Now, all of this stuff that we're just talking about and looking at, I want you to just take a moment and try to understand one thing. Okay, I'll come back to the charts in just 1 second. I want you to just understand one thing. In any point of the explanation, did you ever felt, I don't know if I can do this? In any point of this 50 minutes together, did you feel, I don't know if I understand this? Forget if I can do this. I don't even know if I understand this. No. In fact, your nature of how you do things every day is exactly this. It's just when we sit on the charts, we forget all that. I don't know why. It's human psychology of, I want to make some money quickly, so I need a strategy. Someone tell me what to do. But you already know what to do. You already know what to do. You're just pointed in the wrong direction saying you're wasting money in a circle. You're just chasing your tail. So far, so good? Shall we go back to the screen? Okay, all right. Now, all of this stuff, I wanted to tell you guys one thing. Okay, while I was showing the screen sharing, I wanted to show you guys the major announcement that I wanted to make today. How many of you guys in here know of Market Beats? How many of you guys know what is Market Beats? I've shared my screen, right? Yes, I have. Let me open my phone again, sorry. Yeah, you guys know of Market Beats? Okay. Joshua, you're saying my brain exploded? Sorry about that. Okay. Okay, trades running at 110,000 on this one. I wanted to talk about Market Beats. This one right here that you see on my phone. The major announcement I wanted to make, it is now available on the Android device as well. If you are on Google Play Store, you can now get it as well. Okay, it's on the Mac laptops as well, on your desktops. Where did it go? Market Beats. Yeah, not Countdown. Market Countdown is ours as well, but Market Beats. I want to show you what Market Beats actually is on a cell phone and how does it look. There you go. This is how Market Beats actually looks like inside. What it is this is basically a bear falling out of the sky, and the bear tells you where the activity is. Remember how we started the webinar and I kept talking about if you don't know where the demand is, there's nothing you can do. You can't force the market to move. You need to first know where it's moving, and then you need to go provide that service. But instead of scanning everything all day, every hour, there is something that we built that scans the right things to tell you what is active. So we built Market Beats. This was actually built, for me initially, and I thought, hey, maybe this thing can be fun if we can give it a nice visual appeal to it, which in this case is bears falling out of the sky and showing you what is active. So basically, if on the bottom is the time frames, here's the 5 minutes. If I click the next button, here's 15 minutes. Basically saying 20 minutes ago, the US dollar was active. What that basically means is this. Okay, this is on a 15-minute chart, right? If I go to the 15-minute chart, here we are. Okay, and this is US dollar, right? So if I go to Aussie dollar, okay, Aussie dollar on the 15-minute chart, we don't see any movement here on Aussie. Okay, let's check the next one. Euro USD, a US dollar pair on the 15-minute chart. This is 20 minutes ago. Look at that movement there. Interesting. Next one, pound USD. Let me just make this all USD. Hold on. If I just make this all US dollar. Okay, there we go, USD. Oops. There we go. So, next one was pound USD. Let's have a look at that one. Okay, 15 minutes. We have this type of aggressive movement. New Zealand USD. Okay, we have this type of aggressive movement. USD CAD. We have these type of aggressive movements. USD Swiss. You have this type of aggressive movement. What does aggressive movement mean to you guys now? Does it mean be fearful of it, walk away? Or does it mean, hey, there's a demand out there for the US dollar? What makes this even more powerful instead of looking at just this chart? If the Market Beats app tells you the entire USD is moving, that's far more superior, but because it's scanning the entire group as a whole and it's telling you, hey, you better get your butt to US dollar on the 15 minutes. It's moving fast. It doesn't mean you should buy it now. It means there's demand. People cannot get their hands on it. Get ready, because a trade could be coming up very soon on this where you can position yourself as the discounts come in to buy and resell back to them. Remember, if there's no buyer, you can't sell. There needs to be a buyer willing to buy so you can go to work and put in all the effort to give it to them. Okay? Your job otherwise does not exist in this market. Does that make sense? How many of you guys in this webinar actually have Market Beats already on iOS and the Mac OS? How many of you guys already have it? Okay. Azazel, does it work for crypto? It works on anything. Price moves because there's a high demand. Okay, that's what price moves. There's a high demand and not enough supply. The word supply and demand confuses a lot of people because everyone goes into, I already know that. That's why I don't like using the word supply and demand, because it triggers people's ego by saying, I already know that. Well, if you know that, then why are you struggling so much? I don't understand. So I got to reintroduce that concept of, I don't think you understand it. I think you know of it. There is knowledge there, but there's no understanding there. So we had to reintroduce it. Okay, so a lot of you guys are saying, yes, you do have Market Beats for your iOS devices. Fantastic. Okay, great. So now, for many of you guys had requested Android for a long time. And today, it was the fitting moment for our 15-year anniversary to get it released in time for you guys to celebrate and at the same time also get your hands on this. I know it took longer to make the Android one, but it is here now. It is up and running. You can choose multiple time frames for this. If I go into settings, I can show you. You can do 5 minutes, 3 minutes, all the way up to 4 hours. And you can even turn on the tracking where it sends you notifications on your cell phone devices. Okay? And then it'll let you know when there's something. So if I change the time on the 1 hour ago, the Japanese yens were hot. Okay, what does that mean? Let's take a look at the Japanese yens. Here we go. Aussie yen. Okay, let's take a look at that. Pow. CAD yen. Okay, CAD yen. Pow. Swiss yen. Pow. Euro yen. boom, pound yen, boom, New Zealand yen, boom, USD yen, boom. All of this stuff, 1 hour ago, market beats is like, take a look at this. You want to stay alert on this thing because the demand is there. Now, we got 4 minutes together. I want you guys to be like, okay, Naveen, let's say I get the notification on my cell phone and it says Japanese yen demand, like this one right here. There's a demand. Okay. What do I do with it? What do I do with it? I'm going to give you hints, but you're going to have to fill in the blank, okay? I'm going to give you hints and you're going to have to fill in the blank. Ready? I'm going to quiz you guys because, okay, I get the notification on the yen is good, USD yen is good. I have to buy USD yen, but how do I do this? So I'm going to give you little hints and you answer back, okay? Here you go. There you go. So now let's do this. Question number 1 for all of you guys. Because the yens are hot, when you look at this, you're like, oh, there's demand on this. Should we buy here at 145.38 price? Should we buy here? Good. A lot of you guys are saying no, wait. So what does wait actually mean? The wait actually means what you're looking for is some kind of a pull in on the price to buy it. So now, how do I know how much does it need to pull in to buy it, right? That's the next question. Should I wait for SNR? Should I wait for Fibonacci? Should I wait for MA touch? What should I wait for? Well, let's do the same thing all over again. Ready? Here we go. When it pulled up last time here, how aggressive was it? Pretty strong, right? Pretty strong. Okay. As the discounts are starting to come in, I want to see the fine print and detail of that discount. So I'm going to move down one time frame. I want to see that detail. I want to see what kind of discount is my store going to give a buyer like this. I want to see, because I don't want to buy at these premium prices. I need a deal. Okay? So I go down to the 5 minutes, one time frame down, and I'm looking at the deal. And I see the deal as no deal. Wow. Where's the buyer? No buyer. More discount. Now this discount, is it more or less than before, and how long did that take? It's less than before. Next, they were looking for a buyer. Did a buyer step in? Yes, he's getting aggressive. That means there should be no more discounts going forward. Around this price, you can start getting interested in it, saying, hey, looks like they're going crazy again and the store is refusing to give them a deal. The buyer just stepped up from this price and he's willing to pay this price. That's crazy. Okay, so if I can get my hands on it now, timing, if I can get my hands on it now, I should be able to ask them to pay me more than what I paid very soon. Because I can feel they're not going to get a deal anymore. I can feel it. Not because SNR is there. I can feel it's not going to get to SNR. It's not possible. It won't make it there. It won't make it there. I can then position myself by saying I have to adjust based on what the market is telling me. I cannot force the market to say, no, Mr. Market, you come to my Fibonacci 61.8%. You come to my SNR and you do it my way or the highway. We got to get off our high horses and be like, the market will do what it does based on each other's buying and selling. We need to adapt. At least we know the yen is hot. At least we know the yen is hot. We know our job is here. We got to get in, baby, but I don't want to pay this price. I want to pay when I know. That's how long you have to wait. So sometimes that wait can go this long and then go up. So be it. So you wait then. You don't force it, you wait. Don't buy these prices because it looks low. Wait. Wait till it balances back out and they get aggressive again. Okay, now it's time. Does that make sense? So do you see how when I see the app grabbing my attention, because many times like I'm on the flight or something like I don't have time to scan through all the markets. One, I don't have that much internet to go through all the things on the plane. Or if I'm somewhere and I'm busy, I want to know there's a watchful eye looking at the markets and it will tell me if there's a demand somewhere and I can do the rest. I can actually figure it out. It's not that hard, but I don't want to go through everything myself. You know, that takes a long time. It takes a lot of energy. I want a little shortcut. I want something quick, right? So this tells me where to put my focus on very, very quickly. So let's move this back to the full chart. Okay. And wonderful, wonderful. So this thing is moving on to, so the markets are very, very active right now. One thing I want to ask you guys right now, it's been exactly 1 hour now. How many of you guys can say you're starting to get a grip of the markets by trying to understand what is it that I'm trying to tell you in these 3 steps of price action? Step number 1, what's the game all about? It's a buying and selling game. These were words for you before. Oh, it's a supply and demand game. That's a word for you before. Today, there's understanding of that. You now understand what those words mean. 2, how do you get involved in that logic? Now you know. If there is a heavy demand, don't buy it. Wait, you got to get a deal. And when the deal comes in, you need to know they're back again so you know that there's somebody that you can sell it to. Okay? Now you know what your role is. And then 3, well, Market Beats helps you keep an additional watchful eye saying, I got your back, you know, go to the movie or go do dinner with your spouse. I got your back. I'll keep an eye on the markets for you. And if there's something hot, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. But then you got to come in and saying, thanks for the heads up. All right, here's how I'm going to do this thing. Not yet. Not yet. Come on. Gotchas. Right? And then from there onwards, then you can do your money management accordingly. If it happens to line up with an SNR, then so be it. If it happens to line up Fibonacci, so be it. If it happens to line up with your Bollinger Band, so be it. But it's a game of people buying and selling. If you go too deep into that, you'll go further away from getting consistency because you're in this loop of trying to get extremely educated, and all that's happening is you're just memorizing vocabulary without getting any understanding of why is it moving to begin with. Does that make sense? All right, gentlemen and ladies, thank you so much for attending. Again, a very, very happy new year to everyone here. I had so much fun in this webinar. I hope you had a lot of fun too, and you got to learn a lot of things, because nothing makes us happier than seeing you guys have the aha moment, letting the penny drop in and be like, yeah, that's it. That's what I was missing. That was the key piece that I've been looking for some time, but I understood it in an hour for free. Bloody awesome. Bloody awesome. These are actionable steps. This is not just for you to, it's not Netflix. These are actionable steps for you to take with you and say, oh yeah, baby, give me the markets. Give me the markets. I want to try this thing. And then you will know as you get better and better and better. Once again, Market Beats is now available on the Mac App Store, the iOS iPhone Store, and then and now also Android, which we released today. Along with all of this stuff, again, I was telling you guys, if you guys want to take a leap in your journey, you want to go very quickly, if their budget does permit, urbanforex.com to do courses and go streamline. If budget doesn't permit, not to worry. Go consume as much of our content as you can in 2024 at least. Watch all the webinars. Please don't fast forward it. Watch the full thing. There's a lot of packed full of information in there. Take a lot of notes, and things will get better, I promise. Until next time, gentlemen and ladies, bye for now. Happy anniversary.